everybody, my name is Paul Reyes. I'm here going to show you how you can switch upstairs and switching off downstairs. This is called a three-way switch, and actually you only have two switches that operate this operation. One down here and one upstairs. And I'll show you how to install these two simultaneously. But first we got to wire a single pole switch so you can kind of understand what we're doing first of all, and then I'll show you how to hook up these three-way switches. Okay, first thing I better show you what we got here. We got a single pole switch, which I'm going to show you the simple basics of electricity as far as hooking up a light. So we got 120 volts. This is the black, hot, white, neutral, and grounding. This is called a ground wire. This is called a neutral wire and a switch leg. So what we have here, what we're going to do is do a single pole first, because I think you got to understand why you're hooking up all this stuff before we try to hook up a three-way switch. Now you notice on these switches you got writing on them. This is a single pole switch, and it'll say off. Yeah, Jacob, pull it in there. There you go. Off and on. Now if you have it backwards, it'll say no. Now a three-way switch and a four-way switch. A four-way switch means that you can switch it from three positions. This is a three-way switch, and notice they don't have no writing on it at all. Plus, you have a black one usually, and two, they call them travelers, right here, and a grounding. So I'm going to show you how to hook up a single pole switch first, and then that'll make it a little bit easier to hook up a three-way switch for the beginners. Now the way you want to do it, you want to grab your wires and form them. A lot of people use the back entrance, but I don't like that way because it seems like they break apart and they hum and they get loose after a while. Sometimes you have to use them though. So loosen those up. Now notice how it goes this way. You want to put your loops going down. So this is the switch leg right here. We're going to hook up this. This goes to the light fixture. This is going to go right to your light fixture. So we're going to go like this. Form it in there. You can maybe take your time and put it in there faster, but it really don't matter. Okay, now we're going to grab the 120 volts. And right now I got it just on a plug-in right now, so we don't have enough power going to it right now, so it's not going to hurt us. I'm just demonstrating what you would do. You would come from an outlet, where you're going to come from a live 120 volts. So what we're going to do is just switch that in there like this. And now this is 120 volts right here. This is your live power. So you're going to have to, like I said, you don't want to work with the live. But I'm just showing you demonstration wise. Hook the black to there, and remember to go the way you're tightening down. Because if you don't, you try to put them back in there, it'll loosen up on you. And then we're going to tie these groundings together and tie them together like this. And you use a green wire nut, because this is going towards the end, right there like this, grounding, like that. Okay, now that's this ground. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and, this is the neutral. Remember, all light fixtures and all outlets, you always got to have a neutral. Always. It's primary that you always have a neutral. So this is to the light fixture. This is to your neutral, your hot. Now you're going to tie these together like this. Like that. Oh, let me loosen that up here just to get more of that wire nut put back in there. Let's see, like that. And you're tied together. Now, you're going to form these wires back like that. I like to put the neutral back as far as I can and then go with the hot, but always just watch where your ground is, like that. And then we're just going to tie those together. Now remember what I said about the on and off. If it says that, what's this? If it says off like that, that's good. On. Now we had it backwards because before it said no. And so we don't want to see no, we want to see on. Okay, now we're going to hook up the light fixture. Okay, what we got here, we got a light fixture for a bathroom. So all your blacks go together, all your whites go together. Your whites go to your light fixture, light goes to the receptacle too. You'd always tell these light or your neutral side, the longer part is usually your neutral side, plus you got white wire too. Usually it's white wire, that's a neutral. So now I'm going to put this light fixture back on the wall and then we'll try it on before we hook up the switch. Now this is just a demonstration. Like I said, I know it's got to be leveled more, but this is just a demonstration. Now we're going to try it on to see, make sure it works. On, off. Okay, so now we got the basics. The basics are, make sure you got a white. It's always going to your light fixture from here up. Tied off right there. And black wire is switch legs, so which means the bottom part of this thing is hot, the top part is cold. But always make sure your switch is off, your main breaker, because it'll shock you. So just make sure that you do safely and you on, off. Try it out first, then you can install it to where you want to. Okay, now we're going to move on to a three-way switch. Now we're going to do a three-way switch. This is probably a pretty easy procedure. Most people get confused because you got 3 wires and you got 4 wires here. These are travelers. You need 3 wires to complete a 3-way switch operation and a 4-way switch. Now I'm going to try not to confuse you. The easiest way to do is to start from an empty box. So we're going to put a live wire. Right now we're going to put one right through here and just leave it there, and that's your 120 volts. And remember, I got the breaker off right now and it's not going to shock, so don't worry about that. But always do these without power on. Okay, that's your first operation. Get your live power in there. The second operation of this thing is going to be take a 3-way, or take your wires just like this. And like I said, we already have them formed already. So take your 3-wire, put it in here. Okay, so we got 3 wires here. This is your live wire. This is your 3-way switch, which only connects to another 3-way switch. Now I'm not going to confuse you. You could put another switch right here, and that's called a 4-way switch, and that goes in dead center between the 2 boxes. So now we're going to hook up the 3-way switches. So I usually, when I do them, I usually take my switches and I'll move them up like that. Notice black and 2 golds on the bottom. Now the reason why I always do, that's the way I was taught to put your brass one or your brown one, your different color one is always called your hot leg or your light switch. So what we're going to do, I'll show you how to do it. This is going to be power. This is 120 volts right here. So what you want to do is, like I said, you want to form your wire, bend it, and you're almost done with your light power. So in case you have your lights off at the time. So we're going to hook up, this is 120 volts, and like I said, right now it's not, but if it was, it'd be live. Now you can go from the light fixture too, but I'm going to show you just one basic way how to do it, and then maybe later on you can get gutsy enough to try it out. Okay, now what you're gonna have, that's hot. Now, remember what I said in the single pole switch, you always gotta have a neutral going to that light fixture. So this is your live one, this is the neutral, and it's from 120 volts from here to here is 120 volts. So you always gotta have that. Now the easiest way to do it is take these two wires right here, and you got a white and a white, and we're gonna just wire nuts. Now, these are your grounding. Remember, your grounding's got to be there too. So, and I'm going to explain about the travelers here in a second. Now, I'm just doing this for demonstration. I know you need a wire nut, a green wire nut right now, but I just want to show you what's going on here. Just twist those around there, and then you'll come out with that. And I'll just show you real quick how we're doing this. And that way you can see what I'm doing instead of getting confused with more wire nuts. Take this, like that, put on your grounding. You're going to ground it, so you're good there. And like I said, I probably won't hook it. I want you to see exactly what we're doing in here. Don't get scared about this. This is the part here. So these are called your travelers. Now, see, you're done with your neutral, so just fold it back. You don't need it anymore. It's done. So you're done with those. Take your black wire or your red wire and put it on. I always put it on the right side, my red one. You don't have to. You can put the black one there, but I just train that way. And then take this and put it on the other one, on the other gold one. See how I'm going this way? I'm tightening this way, so make sure you go the right way. Because like I said, you'll get in those boxes and they won't tighten up on you good. You'll have them loose on you. Okay. Now we're all done with that. And like I said, I'll put it back in the box, but I just want you to see what we're doing here. Now take your three-way, the other wire that you got. Like I said, you need 3 conductors and a grounding. So you got 2 hots. You're going to come back this way, and you're going to go through this box. And like I said, when you're going on long stretches of pulling this is where it gets kind of confusing. People forget where they're sitting. All you gotta ever remember is that the different color one is either going to be a hot or it's going to be to the light fixture, the first light fixture. And sometimes you'll have a roll of lights, and it don't really matter. Your hot always goes on this side here only. Now we're going to hook it to the light fixture one, and like I said, right here is where you kind of separate. Now, what we got in here, we got a black, white, and grounding to the light fixture. Okay, so remember what I was saying, that your black one always got to go to here. It's just got to go there. And get rid of it right away, and that way you don't have to fuss with it. Just go like that. Go to the way you're forming your wires is the way you're going to tighten down. So we're going to go like that. And then we're going to take, remember I was saying about the neutral too. It's going to go to the light fixture. This is the white one coming down. So this is the white one. Remember what we wire nutted that one back here on this fixture. Go back. Now remember, we're going to go ahead and just tighten that down. Now you got neutral. This is going right here. In all light fixtures, you got to have a neutral with the receptacle too. So that is completely done. Now, take your grounding screws, and like I said, that I usually tie that off first. That way I don't have no confusion, because you're going to have a lot more wires than just this sometimes in those boxes. And it'll get real confusing sometimes. So just get rid of it right away, and that way you'll never have that haunts you. Tie these off. Like I said, I don't have a wire nut right now because I want to show you how to do this without so many wire nuts and colors in there. It's a little bit more difficult to see. I take that off and I put a wire nut through there usually. And like I said, I go on the right side usually. That's the way I was trained. So usually just go like this, tighten down like that, grounding. Okay, now remember, I always, like I said, I'm following this wire here. So I'm gonna put my red one on this side, on the right side. And like I said, it really don't matter, but if you get to doing it one way, you'll always be safe because then it'll always be the same. You'll always remember, you won't be so confusing, especially if you have to troubleshoot one. Okay, now we're gonna go on this side. Black one goes on the left side. See, I'm going this way, so this wire's going the wrong way. So we're gonna go this way with it. That. And that's why I don't like going in the back, because sometimes those wires get loose, and then before you know, you're trying to troubleshoot what you just tightened up and the fixture loosened up on you or something. So that's why I always tighten down on them. It's just better practice. There's tight. Okay, and now you can fold all this back, because like I said, you're gonna have more than likely you're gonna have like 2 or 3 switches in each box. So that's completed. Now see, all you gotta do now is hook up your light fixture. Now I know they're supposed to be green wire nuts, I just don't have one right now with me. We're going to put a ground, just like that. Your wire nuts, this is meant for 2 or 3 wires in here. You get into the bigger size, it'll usually be a red wire nut. So like that. And now, like I said, all we're going to do is hook up one of these light fixtures, and there'll be this one on this side. So all we're going to do is hook up these 2 here. White goes to white, neutral. And like I said, I'll show you this way, but there's another way you can hook up this thing if you have to come power up on your light fixture. It's just a little bit more confusing, and if you want to see that, just let me know. Just tighten that up like that. And like that. Now you got power. Now let me put my light fixture back on there and then we'll give it a try. We're going to try this out. I just put this up. Like I said, it's just a demonstration. I'd probably take more care if I was really going to leave it here. Like I said, I'm going to leave them out here so you can see with the lights, the 2 switches controlling this one light fixture. So here we go. We're going to give it a try. On. Okay, that works. We know it works. It's off. And we know this one works. On. Off. Now, turn that on and turn it off. So remember, if they say no, we say Reyes. You can do home repairs.